Israeli warplanes struck roads leading to main hospital in Gaza.
Here's a summary of the article.
At least 181 people have been killed in Israeli raids on Gaza, including 52 children, the Palestinian Ministry of Health said on Sunday. At least 23 people were killed in overnight Israeli raids on Gaza and dozens were wounded, Palestinian officials said on Sunday. Israeli warplanes struck several buildings and roads in a vital part of Gaza City early on Sunday, destroying the main roads leading to Shifa Hospital, the largest hospital in the Strip, according to residents and journalists. The Israeli military has yet to release a statement on the latest raids as the UN Security Council is set to discuss the ongoing situation on Sunday. An Israeli airstrike on Saturday afternoon targeted and destroyed a 12-story building housing the Gaza offices of the Associated Press and other news outlets. UN Secretary-General, deeply disturbed, by Israeli strike on Gaza media building. Israel launches new attack on Gaza as PM Netanyahu says airstrikes will continue.
This post received a score of 18,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Does anyone have recommendations on subreddits that have good analysis and conversations about international affairs? The Israel-Palestine issue has always been interesting to me, but the level of discourse on the big subs is abysmal. No nuance, no discussion of history or analysis of why certain actions are taken, and how they fit into larger geopolitical objectives. Mostly just emotional declarations, name-calling, and a lot of wild conjecture. I'd like to get better educated on the subject, since a lot of my knowledge is a few years out of date, but subs like World News aren't helping.
Crash Course is, of course, an excellent resource to get you up to speed on some of these complex topics.
So basically the answer is the same for almost every single territorial conflict in the modern world. It's the British's fault?
There is a saying in Iraq, if you see two fish fighting in the sea, know that the British were behind it.
Rule Britannia.
Yeah, the Iraqis don't actually mean that in a derogatory way, by the way. They are actually complimenting the British.
An Afghan village elder once said to me, "Aha, we're glad you're back. You gave us such a good fight last time." He meant the War of 1880.
I found one of the rifles you left behind back then in Nuristan. I kept the bolt from it, but the rifle itself was toast.
Just think about how many countries and places on Earth can say, "and then the British arrived," in their history. America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, South Africa, Jamaica, Kenya, Israel, Palestine, Iraq, India, Hong Kong. I could go on and on and on.
Maybe it's just me, but it seems like the timing of all this draws a lot of attention away from all the Netanyahu drama, which is mighty convenient for him.
It's exactly what he wants. Anything that will stop his opposition from forming a government and distract from his trial. He's a disgusting opportunist who has spent the last 20 years destroying any chance for peace. Rabin had a chance at building a real peace, and Netanyahu has spent all the time since Rabin's assassination eroding all the work and returning Israel and Palestine to 1948.
In the months before Rabin was assassinated, Netanyahu led marches where the chant was, "Death to Rabin," and one march was a mock funeral for Rabin.
Netanyahu took what was a center-right movement and turned it into a deeply far-right movement. He wasn't the sole reason, but the Second Intifada likely would have had less effect on Israeli society, as Netanyahu and the new Likud he championed wasn't actively pushing Israeli society away from peace. The worst part is that not only are many Israeli youths far right-wing now, most who aren't have largely given up on politics altogether, and the brain drain of the Netanyahu years is slowly building.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.